Tampa. All right. Des Ricks, how close was it between Alabama and the rest of the schools, LSU and all them?
It definitely was a tight race. It came down to signing day. I didn't have my mind made up to the day that I signed, so definitely was a tight race.
I think you were quoted earlier in the process that it's hard to say no to Nick Saban.
Yeah,
I guess it came down to that. Is that right?
basically.
Yeah. What were some of the things he was telling you that kind of made you decide that, look, I really have to say yes to Nick Saban?
His whole message was just, I've seen guys like you before, and I know exactly what to do with you. So, when somebody of his caliber say something like that, that really stuck with me. So,
A lot of IMG guys at Bama right now. Did that play a factor at all?
not really. It didn't matter, who go where. I got to start my own journey, but it's definitely gonna be cool to know people already when I get there.
Who was second? Was it LSU sort of the whole way? Was Florida? Kind of lay out the who finished in second and third there.
It was LSU and then Florida.
Yeah. So what was it about LSU that stood out so much? Because when you went there, it seemed like they had flipped, into that number one spot.
What I like about LSU is the DBs that went there, they already set the pathway and whatnot. So going to a school like that and putting up numbers and whatnot, it definitely helped your stock.
When did it change? Was it that Saban message, or was it something else that slowly kind of evolved?
It was always close.
Yeah.
I think about both. Towards the end, I just had a real conversation with my parents. We just sat down and really talked everything out, and it just ended up being Bama.
Des, when you reclassified, how did you filter through the process? Because you obviously were on a limited window compared to what you thought. Take me through that process and just how you filtered it down and tried to focus on a smaller group of schools.
When I reclassed up, so before I made the decision, I already told schools a little bit earlier that I was going to do it. So I already knew like Florida, LSU, and Bama was going to be the main three schools I focused on. So that's why I dropped my top three and whatnot. So then I just kept visiting those three and made my decision based off that.
Gotcha. How'd you navigate other schools that were like, well, I know this is your top three, but give us a look.
I mean, the honest truth, I just stopped answering my phone.
It was just those three.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Did Deion Sanders call you?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
What did
Before
he
he
say?
went to Colorado.
What did he say?
He just said he wanted another dog on the side of Travis Hunter.
So this was when he was at Jackson State then?
Yeah.
Was it kind of tough to say, like, I'm interested elsewhere, or?
I mean, I just heard what he had to say and just kept it moving.
What do you think
Sorry.
what do you think he's going to do at Colorado?
I think he's getting good recruits right now. I think in the next few years, they're going to be a real successful program.
Travis's reason for going with him was because he was like the best corner. He felt he was the best corner ever. Is it hard to turn that down, or not really, because you don't know what his kind of coaching track record has been?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to turn down, but with him calling me so late towards my decision, it was like in the beginning of December, I had to commit towards the end of December. So it was just kind of too late getting out there and all that.
Thanks, Ed.
No problem.
With Alabama, take me through the official visit that you took December 9th through the 11th. How pivotal was that for them and their, them eventually landing you?
It definitely played a big part. With my other visits, also played a big part too. But that visit was just, they was just basically showing me how they'll develop me. Just meeting with everybody, talking to them, you could just tell that everybody there is about the football program and want to help everybody there be successful.
One of those people, Coach T. Rob, obviously someone who's built a great relationship with you throughout this entire process. Tell me a little bit about him and what you think about him as a cornerback coach.
That's my guy, man. He a funny dude, but when it's time to get down to business, he definitely get down to business. But he's been recruiting me since he's been at Miami when I was in 9th grade, so we definitely probably the tightest.
Let's talk about the reclass kind of movement. You were the first guy to really kind of do it in this class, and then a couple other guys followed you doing the same thing. What kind of benefits do you feel like it really gives you?
Just saving the body, going to college now, getting that college type of development. I just felt like it was time for me to go now.
What goes into that process for you? What you have to speed up taking classes? Do you have to add another class to your workload? What goes into that process?
I had to add 2 online classes, but with me being an IMG, we do summer school classes, so my credit was pretty much good.
Did you already being someone who's older for your class for 2024 kind of play a part in that too? Like, I've got the experience here, and I've also been at IMG Academy, which is pretty much preparing me for college.
Yeah, that definitely played a big part. My age, for sure.
Who's the hardest coach to tell that you weren't coming?
Who's
the hardest coach to tell them that you weren't coming?
That I want coming?
Yeah.
Probably Coach Corey Raymond, believe it or not.
Why was that? Just connection you built?
Yeah, good connection I built. You know, real down to earth guy, and you know, he's not about all the rah rah whatnot.
You guys seem pretty similar.
Right.
Going back over to Alabama, looking at the class they put together that you're a part of, 28 signees, 8 5-stars if you include Malik Benson. I mean, is this the greatest class ever, do you think?
It definitely is, and only time will tell. So, just ready to get there, get started, and we're gonna do big things.
What do you